Right now, inside your neck, a silent and incredibly precise molecular machine is at work. It's called the sodium iodide symporter. Think of it as a microscopic gatekeeper embedded in the cells of your thyroid gland. Its only job is to snatch iodide atoms, just single atoms, from your bloodstream and pull them inside. Where does this iodide come from? It might be from the salt you sprinkled on your food this morning. This process, this iodide trapping, is the absolute first step in building the molecules that decide how fast you live, how warm you are, and how much energy you burn while doing nothing at all. Once inside, the iodide isn't just left to float around. It's handed off to an enzymatic construction worker named thyroid peroxidase, or TPO. This enzyme works on a massive protein scaffold called thyroglobulin, which is like a long, flexible backbone. TPO's job is to weld the captured iodide atoms onto specific points along this backbone. It first attaches one iodide, then another. Then it performs a kind of molecular origami, folding the backbone and fusing these iodinated parts together. The result is the creation of two critical molecules, T4 with 4 iodide atoms and T3 with 3. These are your thyroid hormones, now built and stored, waiting for the signal to be released. But making the hormone is only half the story. How does a molecule made in your neck tell a muscle cell in your leg to burn more energy? When T4 is released into your blood, it travels to that muscle cell. Most of it is converted into the more potent T3 right there, inside the target cell. T3 then embarks on a journey to the cell's command center, the nucleus. It bypasses all other machinery and binds directly to a receptor on your DNA. This isn't a vague signal to speed up, it is a specific command. The hormone is a key and your DNA is the lock. When it turns, it initiates the transcription of specific genes, essentially ordering the cell to build more energy-burning machinery. So what machinery does it order? One of the most important is a family of proteins called uncoupling proteins, or UCPs. To understand what they do, you first have to know how your mitochondria, your cellular power plants, normally work. They build up a steep gradient of protons, like water behind a dam, and then let them flow through a turbine, the ATP synthase, to create ATP, the cell's energy currency. Uncoupling proteins are essentially holes in that dam. They let the protons leak back across the membrane without turning the turbine. The energy stored in that gradient doesn't create ATP. It's lost, dissipated directly as heat. Your thyroid hormone tells your cells to build more of these leaks, making your energy production deliberately and beautifully inefficient, which is precisely what keeps you warm. This controlled energy wasting isn't the only tool. The T3 hormone also commands your cells to build more sodium-potassium pumps. Every single one of your cells is covered in these pumps. They are constantly at work, pushing sodium ions out and pulling potassium ions in, maintaining the electrical charge across your cell membranes that is essential for life. This process is incredibly energy-intensive, consuming about a third of all the ATP you produce at rest. By increasing the number and activity of these pumps, your thyroid hormone is essentially turning up the idle on every cell in your body. They are now burning through ATP at a faster rate, even when you're just sitting still. This requires your mitochondria to burn more fuel to keep up, raising your overall metabolic rate. This raises a fundamental question. Why bother with such a complex, adjustable system? Why not have a fixed metabolic rate? The answer lies in adaptation. Imagine a world with unpredictable seasons and food supplies. A high fixed metabolism would be a death sentence during a famine, burning through precious energy reserves too quickly. A low fixed metabolism would make it impossible to generate enough heat to survive a harsh winter. The thyroid system is the evolutionary solution. It's a throttle, allowing the body to dial its energy expenditure up or down based on external cues like temperature and internal cues like calorie intake. It's an elegant biological interface between your deep cellular machinery and the unpredictable world outside. And this leads to the final, personal question. If we all have this system, why is there such a vast difference between one person's metabolism and another's, even when thyroid hormone levels in the blood are identical? The answer is hidden in the subtle variations in our genetic code. Small changes, or polymorphisms, in the genes for the deiodinase enzymes can make one person less efficient at converting T4 to the active T3 in their cells. Another person might have a slightly different shape to their thyroid hormone receptors on their DNA, making the key a slightly less perfect fit in the lock. These are not diseases, but subtle tunings of the system. It means the instruction to burn more might be heard as a shout in one person and a whisper in another. So the idea of a fast or slow metabolism isn't just about what you eat or how much you exercise. It's a reflection of a unique molecular conversation happening inside your cells, a conversation that has been shaped by millions of years of evolution and is written in your personal DNA.
Monotony has grown fast. Nearly 2,700 people have watched in the last few weeks, yet less than 0.03% are subscribed. It would mean a lot if you joined by hitting subscribe. And again, thanks for watching.